What's up, boys and girls? So today we're gonna play with the little welder again. We're gonna do some steel with the AHP TIG welder. We got a pair of valve covers and we've already drilled the hole. Alright, cleaned up the area there, cleaned it up a little bit on the inside. Made it fit these, I believe these are stainless steel bungs. They're a friend of mine, not mine. I didn't buy it, but they fit in there pretty well. And we're going to weld them on here. Alright. So, this is going on his Baja for now, but it will eventually go in a street car. So we welded, you can weld these anywhere they would fit, as long as it'll fit your engine compartment. Since these will go in a street car, they're going to go on this way and face towards the front of the car. If it was just a Baja, we could have put it up there, anywhere else. Don't want to put them right there because it gets in the way your valve cover clips. But anyways, we're going to weld on one bung per side, so it will have two vents, because that's what his breather tower has. So let's get started. Sometimes you'll notice that some of these Volkswagen valve covers don't have a lip here. And that little lip that's right there, would be right there, actually helps the valve cover gasket stay in. It makes it much easier to install the valve cover. This one does not have that. It's all smooth right there. It's all smooth all the way around. This one actually has it. You can see there's a nub right here. That nub helps keep the gasket up there, so when you go to put it on the car, it actually stays on. What you can also do is cut out some little small tabs and weld in the valve cover down here at the bottom. Make sure they're thin. You don't want anything super thick. So that way if you have to bend them, you can. But if you weld these on down here, like one or two of them, it actually will retain the gasket down there, and if you have this style, it will retain it up there. Alright? So we're going to add some of these little tabs that I made. They just get spot welded on there. They don't need to be anything crazy strong. Trying to hold themselves in. So we're going to go ahead and get the pieces I made and put them on. Alright, so there we go. Not my best work ever, but they're there. So we'll go over it once again. Some of these valve covers, see they're flat in this area, and some of them have a little bump. The little bump helps retain the gasket inside the channel. Also, a common problem is, even with this bump here, the gasket sometimes will want to curve up. So these little tabs that you can tack weld in there, just a little piece of sheet metal, tack welded in there, and you can bend them the way you need. will help hold that and keep that from happening. Prevents oil leaks. So we got one vent here, one vent over here. They're dash 8s. I think they're actually like a 3/8 hole on the inside. Should be plenty sufficient for this project. Not horrible. Didn't really get a, just, I need to practice some more. Anyways, they're out of the way of the bales. I had my friend mark them. I was there when he marked them. It's one thing you want to make sure when you do these is that it's not going to interfere with the bale. You don't want it to interfere with the body. And the engine tins. So a lot of the times they're pointing towards the back, towards the front of the car, and at an angle like that, which means that you'll have to go through the firewall breastplate tin up some way, or unless you're on a Baja like this application is, it won't matter. You could come straight up, but you're going to have to drill a hole in your engine tin right about where it says number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. If you put a vent right here, if you come straight up, that's perfectly acceptable. Just you will have to modify the engine tins. So that's it right there, putting extra vents in. We'll do that for breathing. If you start experiencing with a bigger displacement motor, more sweat volume in the engine case, bigger pistons, bigger area of air being moved back and forth every revolution. And the stock breathing system just is not designed for that. So that's why we add them to the valve covers. It'll help with weeping valve covers. Gaskets. We also usually add it to the fuel pump, because usually you're getting an electric fuel pump, the block off there. I've seen other people actually drill into the back of the gen tower and put one back there. If you're using a distributorless ignition, they actually have some that have a little bung that's got O-rings on it. You can slide into the distributor spot. But you're kind of limited to where you can really go and what you can do. So usually the valve covers is adequate for most people. So anyways, boys and girls, got to play with the toy, with the welder a little bit. And yes, when you do this, they will be one-sided only, because if this is the front of the car, if you weld a bung over here on a standard Beetle, you're going to probably run into body clearance issues. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and on to the next project.